It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey guys, it's Aaron back with another review for you. Today is day 10 of my Halloween month. And right off the bat, I want to say to my buddy Jacob, happy birthday, brother. And hope you have a good one. Hope you're watching this. But the reason I decided to do this specific on this specific day is because of his birthday, and it is a birthday themed film, with that being Happy Death Day. So, I've got my notes. Let's dive right in. So, Happy Death Day, directed by Christopher Landon, starring Jessica Rothe, Israel Broussard, Ruby Modine, Rachel Matthews, Charles Aitken, and Laura Clifton. So basically, the plot of this film is on Jessica Roth's birthday. She, you know, I don't know if it's because she makes a wish, but either way, on her birthday, she gets killed. And she wakes up the next day, and it's the same. Deja vu. It's like, I was actually reading, and somebody wrote that it is Groundhog Day meets Scream. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate thing. So yeah, she dies every day, wakes up every day, dies every day, wakes up. And the whole thing is her trying to figure out who's killing her. And they have so let's talk about that real quick. So let's figure out who's killing her. We see the person killing her every time, and it is the university they go to. Their mascot is this like baby face. It's creepy looking. It is. I don't really like it that much, the design of it, but for this kind of a film, it is okay and it is unique, so I'll give it that. But I still don't really care for it, even though it is creepy, like I said. But so they, yeah, so they're at this college, and this girl, she wakes up, and you find out that she is probably not the greatest person in the world. She's part of this sorority, and every day she wakes up with this guy that they had gone to bed the night before, and she's not really nice to him. And you come to find out that, well, he's kind of a loser. And then whenever he comes to return something of hers in front of her sorority sisters, she's kind of a jerk to him and all this. So you find out that, I don't really like the lead character. So even though you are curious to see why she keeps getting killed and who keeps killing her, kind of a thing, um you don't really feel bad that she is dying, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. And it's just, the one thing I noticed, I've seen this film, this is probably the third time now. The one thing I've noticed this time watching it that I don't think I had noticed the last time is, and I don't know if this was intentional or the acting, I don't know what, or the story where it was written. Every time she comes back, it seems that she gets more attracted to Carter. That's the Israel Brassad's character, and it was a nice little touch I noticed, because it's, she is remembering that she's dying, and so she's trying to find all these clues and all that, and um, he's helping her. She convinces him to help her every time. So um, it becomes this kind of a group effort, but there is a genuine attraction and connection. It wasn't just a one night stand that she had made it out to be in the beginning. And of course, you knew that going in. She puts her guard up, but then she, it's like, oh, well, typical. She's, of course, we're not going to find out that she's just this self centered thing. And that's okay. The script doesn't have to be perfect, but um, like I said, it was just a nice little thing I noticed. Oh yeah, so there's this one part where they're in the sorority house, and this like dude who thinks, I don't know what he's doing, but he tries to scare her, okay? Like tries to full on terrify her. And this was like after like the third or fourth night she had woken up from this. And so of course she's freaked out, and and just okay, whatever. But then he tries to, after she finds out it was just a prank and all that, he tries to bed her, and, freaking, he puts on this like loud oots, oots, oots music, and he like he goes, "Welcome to the Pleasure Dome," and then he starts like doing this ridiculous dance that I do on the dance floor, but I know that that's not, the most attractive quality in me, and it obviously isn't for this guy. And guess what? I was watching it. I'm like, guess what, bud? You're not getting laid. And it's just, it was just so random and stupid. And I think that was the point. I think it was supposed to be a comic relief, but like this guy did it well because I'm like watching this dude and I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? Um, so that was one thing that happened. So anyway, so she keeps, like I said, she keeps waking up, and she has to figure it out a different day before she gets killed, and to solve the mystery. So eventually, she's like, screw it, I'll just have fun with it. Like there's this one point where she just goes streaking across the lawn where the college is in front of all the guys. There's this one part where she just jumps out of an airplane. I mean, there's all these different things that she does, knowing, screw it, I'm gonna die anyway. So she tries to have the most eventful, fun day prior to her death, and also she ends up dying in the most eventful way, not eventful, I'm sorry, in the most creative ways I've seen in a while, because she's doing all these different things, and it's just making her killer able to get in these scenarios with her and kill her in creative ways as well. And it's pretty funny, as well as, like I said, original. This whole film is I mean, maybe you could, like I said, you could argue, like the critic said that I had mentioned, that it's kind of like a horror film of Groundhog Day. So you could argue the premise isn't really original, but what premise is? So it was maybe just a fresh new take, and I really liked it for that reason. And the acting is all pretty good in it. Actually, the lead actress, Jessica Roth, she's actually a really good actress. I think I've only seen her in this and then the sequel, but yeah, she holds her own. I mean, if she keeps it up and does horror movies and stuff like that, she could be a scream queen. So I it, but yeah, it's just oh, in the dorm room, you got to give nods to little cool things like this. I was watching it this time and I noticed, and I'm like, they got a poster of They Live, John Carpenter. So you gotta appreciate that kind of stuff. But you know, they, like I said, with everything being said that I have, wow, don't know where I'm going there. But with everything being said about the film, for the most part, what I read as far as critics' review and things like that, it was pretty positive, which it should have been. Like I said, it's just a fun, fresh movie, and it's not, now as far as like scary. It's not that scary. Which, like I said, I mean, if I saw that baby mask coming at me in the middle of the night in an alley, I'd be scared. But then again, I'd be scared of, my cat Church coming at me in a dark alley. So that's not really saying much. But I mean, I do think it has a creep factor, but it's definitely not as scary as, Jason Voorhees or Leatherface, somebody of that stature. But I don't think it's supposed to be, and that's fine. Because that's the one thing the film also has going for it, is I think that it's smart enough to know what it is. It definitely took, um, cues and paid homage to horror films that were like it. Not the most serious, but some decent scares. Like I said, it's kind of, early 2000s style of film, but it does it smart and it does it well. And I liked that about it. So it's a good movie to sit down and watch. It's not that long, so even if you don't really like it, you're not going to sit through much. But I genuinely think it's a likable film. I hope most of you that watch this video will watch it if you haven't already, and check it out. Um, I definitely, like I said, this is probably the third or fourth time I've seen it, and I've enjoyed it every time. And then, like I said, with the little notes that I took this time that you don't notice, little hints like that, is John Carpenter's They Live, on the poster. And that's not a necessarily, I think that one kind of has like a cult following now, but that wasn't one of John Carpenter's bigger films. So, you know, the fact that whoever decided to put that there, I hope, is because they enjoy the film, and they enjoy film. and that it was not done ironically to be hip or anything like that. But it is what it is. Even if it wasn't, I still got a kick out of seeing it. Um, the other thing that really stuck out to me in this was it's pretty well done. I mean, yes, it's Happy Death Day, and like I said, you wake up and it's Groundhog Day kind of, but it really sticks to about one location. They're pretty much at the school, the university, the whole time. And although, yes, when she decides, like, okay, I need to, um, uh, I'm going to try this and I'm going to do this fake death and whatever. Outside of scenes like that, maybe not that it primarily sticks. Now that I'm thinking more about it, maybe not primarily sticks there, but there is a big chunk of it that is at the university that I thought was really cool because sometimes it's not that you get bored or tiring of, but it's nice to know that you can watch a film and know that it is in the same location and it contains itself there and it can work in that world. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It was nice to see that there wasn't a lot of, I'm it didn't look like, not to say that it looked cheap, and I didn't look the budget up. I try to do that on films that I'm about to say, but it looked like it was a probably smaller budget and they worked with what they had. I don't know really what a typical Hollywood budget is, but I mean, I'm going to guess that it was probably around $30 million. I don't know, which I mean, in today's times is nothing, especially in Hollywood, but that's not a bad thing because I think sometimes films tend to overblow the budget and especially in horror films, like too much CGI and they're doing stuff and then it just ends up tainting the rest of the actual scariness. And like I said, this film isn't that scary, but it's fresh and it's interesting enough to where it doesn't really have to be, because the one thing about it, it's funny. And that's always a plus. I mean, if you're not, that's the one thing, if you're not in a horror film, I have two levels of enjoyment for me personally. Either it scares me, and I mean genuinely, not like just the jump scares, because those get me every time. If that's what I based a horror film on, you got nothing on me. But the actual scare factor, or the enjoyability, meaning like the comedy or the writing and the acting, things like that. And this film, it's not the scariest, but I do like that it wasn't jump scare heavy, which is always nice too. And like I said, the baby face is kind of creepy, so it's definitely points for originality on that one. But it is a good story. It is good characters. There's nice character development, actually, on a film that easily could have just been some crap. Okay, here we go. Throw it in there because it's a teen horror, film, and we don't really care that much about it. It definitely, we could have had a one missed call on our hands, and we didn't get that, which is nice. And not only did we not get the bad, we got a lot of good in a film that looked good, but I don't remember being overly excited for it. So it was a nice little surprise seeing how good of a film it turned out to be and how well. Produced it was, and I mean that in every sense, directed the whole nine. So yeah, overall, like I said, man, it's a nice solid film. I think that is everything I have to say on it. Like I said, there is a sequel, so check that one out. um it's called Happy Death Day to You, T capital U, like for university. But yeah, I definitely think that you guys should check it out. Like I said, I know I'm already rambling. I tend to do it at the end. I'm just viewing over my notes, and I don't think I missed anything. So let me know what you guys think. If you've already seen it, let me know in the comments. If you have seen it, definitely check it out. It's on FX. It's coming up. I don't remember exact day, but it is on FX, which is $2.58 if you have DirecTV. I definitely recommend it. I am a fool and didn't look up the streaming. I'm sorry, but you're big boys and girls. You can figure it out. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Overall, I would give it a 9 out of a 10. Out of a 10. And what else can I say, guys? Great film. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and I will be back soon with another review. Take it easy.